Welcome to While We Were Distracted, the podcast where we explore topics that often get overshadowed in the rush of daily life.
All right, so buckle up because we're diving deep into some seriously mind-bending stuff today.
Oh yeah, we're going deep.
We're talking about the origins of life and the universe, but not just any old theories.
No.
We're going right to the source, H.P. Blavatsky's The Secret Doctrine.
Now that's a book that can make your head spin.
It can feel like deciphering hieroglyphics sometimes, right?
Absolutely, but that's what we're here for, to break it down.
Exactly, and see if these ancient ideas, well, if they actually have any connection to what we're figuring out with modern science.
You know, what I find fascinating is that the Secret Doctrine isn't just some mystical mumbo-jumbo. It's like a whole philosophical system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it tries to create a unified picture of the cosmos.
So it's more than just a collection of mystical stories.
Oh, way more.
Okay.
Blavatsky tackles some seriously big questions, about the very nature of reality.
Yeah, like where do we come from, where are we going, all that.
Exactly, and her answers, well, they seem to resonate with both ancient traditions and, some of these really cutting-edge scientific discoveries.
Okay, so you're telling me it's not just a bunch of woo-woo stuff. Because honestly, when I first picked up this book, I was a little intimidated.
I hear you, it's dense.
The symbolism
Yeah.
and the talk of a mystery language.
Right. Blavatsky is all about symbolism. She
Yeah.
uses it to point to deeper meanings hidden within, ancient text.
Okay, so like a secret code we need to crack.
It's more like a different way of understanding information, I think.
Okay.
Blavatsky suggests that numbers and geometry, well, they aren't just abstract concepts. They're like keys,
Keys to what?
unlocking the hidden meanings in these ancient texts.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, for example, take the lotus flower.
Okay, beautiful flower.
More than that, it's a symbol of the evolution of consciousness rising from the mud, reaching for the light.
So it's like each symbol is a mini lesson?
In a way, yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to see why this book is considered so dense.
It's a journey, for sure.
But how does all this symbolism connect to the bigger picture of, well, everything?
Well, Blavatsky starts with this idea of a primordial substance.
A what?
Primordial substance, sort of like a cosmic soup.
Okay, I can kind of picture that.
It existed before the universe as we know it.
Right.
She calls it chaos or profile, and she suggests that this raw material was shaped into the universe by divine thought.
Hold on, are we talking about like a conscious creation of the universe?
Well, it's definitely a different take than the Big Bang, right?
Right.
The Secret Doctrine acknowledges periods of activity, which she calls manvantas,
Manvantayas.
and periods of rest, called pralayas.
Kalayas, got it.
But it suggests that the initial impulse for creation was this interaction between, this primordial substance and divine thought.
So it's a more purposeful process than just a random explosion.
Yeah, a lot more deliberate.
That's where it gets really interesting for me.
Yeah.
Blavatsky talks about this force called Fohat, a kind of cosmic electricity or life force.
Right, Fohat is essential.
And it's driving the whole evolutionary process.
Exactly.
So what exactly is Fohat? Does it, like, have any parallels in modern science?
So Fohat, it's like the bridge between pure thought and physical manifestation.
Okay.
Think of it like the blueprint becoming the building.
Oh, okay, so like the energy that takes the blueprint of the universe and turns it into, well, everything.
Exactly.
Wow.
And Blavatsky compares Fohat to concepts like electromagnetism, modern physics.
Okay.
It's the force that transmits divine will,
Right.
shaping that primordial substance into the cosmos and everything in it.
Okay, so we've got this cosmic soup, a guiding consciousness, and this powerful energy called Fohat shaping it all.
It's a pretty wild picture, right?
It is. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But the Secret Doctrine, it's not just a random collection of cool ideas.
No, it's very structured.
It's got a specific structure.
Absolutely. It's built around 7 stanzas.
7 stanzas?
Each one representing a stage of cosmic evolution.
Okay, I see.
These stanzas, along with Blavatsky's commentaries, well, they're like a
Roadmap.
to the unfolding of the universe and the emergence of life.
Okay, so each stanza is like a chapter in the story of creation.
That's a good way to think about it.
What kind of details do we find in these chapters? What do they tell us about how everything came to be?
Well, these stanzas really highlight the cyclical nature of the universe.
Cyclical.
Yeah, this back and forth between activity and rest, growth and dissolution.
Like the changing seasons.
Exactly, like the seasons or the life cycle of a plant.
Dies back in winter, comes back in spring.
Precisely. The Secret Doctrine suggests that this cycle, it plays out on a cosmic scale, too.
So periods of creation and destruction repeating endlessly.
Endlessly.
Wow, okay.
That's a concept that resonates with a lot of ancient traditions,
Yeah, it does make you think.
It does.
But what about us? Where do humans fit into this grand scheme of things?
So the Secret Doctrine introduces this whole hierarchy of being.
A hierarchy.
Yeah, all involved in the creation and evolution of the universe.
Okay.
Blavatsky calls them Don Chohans, or builders.
Builders,
They're
interesting.
like cosmic architects,
Oh, wow.
guiding the whole process according to a divine plan.
Okay.
Humanity in this system, well, we're on a journey through multiple rounds or cycles of development.
So it's not just a straight line from point A to point B.
No, not at all. And we go through these things called root races,
Root races.
with each cycle representing a step forward both spiritually and physically.
So you're saying humans have been around a lot longer than we think.
Oh, much longer.
And what we see now is just a tiny, tiny blip in human history.
Exactly. Blavatsky suggests our current understanding of, human origins.
Yeah.
It's limited. There's so much we haven't even begun to uncover.
It's like we're just scratching the surface.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you've got these cosmic cycles, cosmic architects, and humanity evolving through multiple rounds and root races.
It's a lot to take in, I know.
It is.
But it's a fascinating journey, for sure.
It is. Are there any specific details about these stages of human evolution that really stand out to you?
Well, Blavatsky really dives into the occult significance of the moon and the sun,
Oh, the moon and the sun.
highlighting their role in both cosmic and human evolution,
Okay.
And she connects this to, the ancient reverence for these celestial bodies, their influence on life.
It's interesting how those ancient symbols are woven into this narrative of cosmic and human evolution.
It's all connected, right?
Yeah, I'm starting to see that.
And that's just scratching the surface.
I feel like my brain is already doing gymnastics trying to wrap my head around all this.
I hear you. It's a lot.
But before we go any further, can we just take a minute to see how these ancient ideas stack up against what we're learning with modern science?
Sure.
Are there any areas where they seem to agree?
Definitely. And it's actually pretty amazing how some of these, seemingly far out concepts, well, they actually align with cutting-edge scientific theories.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, that primordial substance Blavatsky talks about, it's kind of similar to the idea of a unified field theory in physics.
A unified field theory, okay.
Which is, trying to explain the most fundamental building blocks of the universe.
Right.
And the role of vibration and frequency in the Secret Doctrine, it echoes what we're learning in quantum physics.
Quantum physics, okay.
Where energy exists in these packets called quanta that vibrate at specific frequencies.
Interesting.
Even the idea of multiple senses beyond our current understanding.
Like a sixth sense.
Yeah, that aligns with research in fields like neuroscience and parapsychology,
Okay.
which are, exploring the vast potential of consciousness and perception.
So even though the Secret Doctrine might seem out there at times, it sounds like Blavatsky was tapping into a deeper understanding of reality.
I think so.
And that science is only just beginning to grasp.
We're catching up slowly but surely.
But I'm guessing there are also places where these occult and scientific views clash, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like where,
Especially when it comes to the concept of the ether and the origin of life.
okay, the ether.
Modern science has pretty much abandoned the idea of the ether,
Yeah, it was once thought to be this medium that filled space and carried light waves, right?
Exactly, but the Secret Doctrine puts a lot of emphasis on the ether.
It does.
Describing it as the subtle, all-pervading substance.
Okay.
And it's the foundation of all physical matter.
So it's like a hidden dimension of reality.
That's one way to look at it, yeah.
Okay.
Blavatsky suggests the ether is more than just a physical medium, though.
What is it then?
It's a realm of unseen forces and intelligence, which, puts it more in line with ancient mystical traditions
Right.
than with current scientific models.
And what about the origin of life? Does the Secret Doctrine offer a different take on how life sprang up on Earth?
Oh, absolutely.
How so?
Well, modern science, generally leans towards a materialistic explanation.
Yeah, attributing life to like random chemical reactions and natural selection.
Exactly, but the Secret Doctrine offers a more spiritualistic perspective.
Okay,
It describes life as emanating from a cosmic source,
a cosmic source.
guided by intelligent forces and evolving through a process of reincarnation and spiritual development.
So it's like consciousness and intention playing a key role.
Right. A very different picture.
I have to admit, I'm finding it fascinating how the Secret Doctrine weaves together all these seemingly unrelated threads: science, philosophy, spirituality.
It's all connected, right?
It's offering a very different picture of cosmic evolution.
It's a big picture, that's for sure.
Well, it's a lot to process, and we've only just begun to unpack the layers of meaning in Blavatsky's work.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Well, I hope you're ready for more because there's a lot more to come.
I'm ready. Bring it on.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll dive even deeper into the mysteries of the Secret Doctrine and explore what it all means for our understanding of ourselves and the universe we live in.
Can't wait.
This is going to be good.
It is. Picking up where we left off, you might be wondering how these big cosmic ideas actually translate into something you can relate to.
Yeah, like how does this apply to my everyday life?
Right, exactly. Well, one of the most compelling parts of the Secret Doctrine is its emphasis on interconnectedness.
Okay, like the idea that everything we do, even the smallest actions, can have a ripple effect on the world around us.
That's a good way to think about it. Yeah, Blavatsky suggests that every action, every thought, even every intention creates this ripple that extends throughout the cosmos.
Wow, okay, so it's not just about our own personal journey, it's about how we all contribute to the evolution of the whole universe.
Exactly. It's like we're all in this together on a cosmic scale.
We're all connected.
Blavatsky's view of the cosmos really emphasizes this interplay between the microcosm and the macrocosm.
Okay,
Yeah.
the microcosm and the macrocosm.
The idea that the universe is reflected in each individual being, and each individual being contributes to the evolution of the universe.
Okay, so it's a two-way street.
It's a pretty profound concept that challenges us to think about the consequences of our actions and the impact we have on the world around us.
Okay, that's a pretty big concept to wrap my head around.
It is.
But if everything is truly interconnected, how does that actually work in practice?
Right.
I mean, how can I, sitting here in my living room, possibly influence something as vast as cosmic evolution?
Well, Blavatsky suggests it's not necessarily about making these, grand gestures
Right.
or trying to single-handedly change the universe.
Okay.
It's more about aligning ourselves with the natural order,
Aligning ourselves with the natural order.
with that evolutionary impulse that's driving the cosmos.
Okay.
She emphasizes self-awareness, compassion, ethical conduct
Okay.
as ways to contribute to positive evolution, both for ourselves and for the universe as a whole.
So it's about taking personal responsibility, but on a cosmic level.
Exactly. Our actions have consequences that reach far beyond our immediate circle.
That's a powerful message, especially in a world that often feels so fragmented and chaotic.
I agree.
It's almost like the Secret Doctrine is offering a roadmap to finding meaning and purpose within a larger cosmic framework.
It's a different perspective for sure.
But let's be honest, this book is not exactly a light read.
It's dense.
It's dense, it's filled with complex symbolism, and it challenges a lot of conventional ways of thinking.
You have to be ready for it.
Why would you even suggest someone take the time to wrestle with such a challenging book?
Well, I think what The Secret Doctrine offers, despite its challenges, is a unique perspective on the nature of reality and our place in it.
Okay.
It encourages you to think critically, to question assumptions, and to expand your awareness beyond the limitations of your current worldview.
So it's not about blindly accepting everything Blavatsky says.
No, it's about engaging with the ideas, exploring different perspectives,
Right.
and ultimately forging your own understanding of the universe and your place within it.
So it's like a mental workout, a way to stretch those intellectual and spiritual muscles.
In a way, yeah.
Okay, I can get behind that.
The Secret Doctrine, it really invites you to step outside your comfort zone,
Okay.
to grapple with these concepts that might seem strange or unfamiliar at first,
Yeah.
and to embark on this journey of self-discovery and exploration.
So it's not a passive read.
Not at all.
It requires active engagement
Absolutely.
and a willingness to wrestle with some complex idea.
You have to be willing to go deep.
I'm definitely sensing a theme here: challenge, exploration, pushing the boundaries of understanding.
That's the part of it.
It sounds like the Secret Doctrine isn't for the casual reader,
You have to be committed.
but for someone who's genuinely curious about the deeper mysteries of life and the universe.
Exactly, someone who's seeking answers.
Speaking of mysteries, one of the things that really grabbed my attention was Blavatsky's discussion of the different planes of existence.
Ah, yes, the planes.
She talks about this hierarchy of realms, from the physical to the spiritual,
Right.
each with its own laws and inhabitants.
It's a complex cosmology.
What exactly are these planes of existence?
Yeah,
And how do they relate to our everyday experience?
So the Secret Doctrine describes a cosmos with multiple layers,
Okay.
with each plane representing a different level of vibration
Vibration.
or density of consciousness.
Okay.
The physical plane, the one we're most familiar with, is just one level in this grand scheme.
So there's more beyond what we can see and touch.
Oh, much more. Blavatsky suggests that there are these more subtle planes of existence beyond the physical
Okay.
realms of energy and consciousness that we can't perceive with our ordinary senses.
It's like we're tuned into one radio station, but there's a whole universe of frequencies out there that we're missing.
I love that analogy. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Okay, so these different planes exist, but how do they interact with each other?
Well, the idea is that they interpenetrate and interact with each other,
Okay.
influencing our lives in these subtle ways that we might not always be conscious of.
So they're always there, even if we're not aware of them.
Exactly, they're part of the fabric of reality.
And Blavatsky describes these planes as being inhabited by a variety of beings,
She does.
from angels and devas to elementals and nature spirits.
It's a whole cast of characters.
Are we talking about literal beings here? Like angels with wings and fairies flitting through the forest?
The Secret Doctrine is open to interpretation on that point.
Okay,
Some readers take those descriptions literally,
right?
believing in the existence of these entities as independent beings,
Okay,
while others interpret them more symbolically,
okay.
seeing them as representations of archetypal energies or psychological processes.
So both interpretations are valid.
Blavatsky seems to suggest that both are valid, depending on your level of understanding and spiritual development.
So it's like a choose-your-own-adventure cosmology.
You could say that.
You can take it as literally or metaphorically as you choose.
Right. The key is to approach these concepts with an open mind
Right.
and a willingness to explore different perspectives.
I like that.
It's about expanding your awareness beyond the limitations of your current worldview. Okay?
And recognizing that there might be more to reality than meets the eye?
All right, I'm game for that. But how do these different planes of existence actually affect our everyday lives?
Okay.
Are they just abstract concepts, or do they have a tangible impact on our experiences? Blavatsky suggests that these planes influence us in these, subtle but significant ways.
Okay, give me an example.
Well, for example, she describes the astral plane as a realm of emotions and desires.
Okay, the astral plane?
A kind of collective unconscious that can influence our thoughts, feelings, and actions.
Interesting.
The mental plane, on the other hand, is associated with higher thought intuition and spiritual inspiration.
So different planes, different influences.
Exactly, and she proposes that by becoming aware of these subtler influences, we can gain greater control over our lives.
Oh, okay.
And make choices that align with our higher aspirations.
So it's like we're constantly swinging in this sea of unseen energies and influences.
I like that imagery.
And understanding these different planes helps us navigate those waters more effectively.
Precisely, it's about recognizing that we're not just physical beings,
Right.
but these multidimensional entities with connections to these subtler realms of existence.
We're more than we realize.
Exactly, and Blavatsky suggests that by cultivating our spiritual awareness, we can tap into those higher planes
Okay.
and access this vast reservoir of wisdom and creative potential.
That's a pretty empowering concept.
It is.
It suggests we have access to a whole universe of possibilities within ourselves.
It's universe within.
If we know how to tap into it, but how do we actually do that?
Right, it's not like there's a cosmic instruction manual lying around.
Yeah, if only it were that easy.
Well, you're right. There's no simple recipe for spiritual development.
Okay.
The Secret Doctrine points to various practices and disciplines that can help us cultivate our awareness
Okay.
and connect with those higher realms.
Like what?
Those practices range from meditation and yoga
Okay, traditional practices.
to studying ancient wisdom traditions
Right.
and practicing ethical conduct.
So it's more about a holistic approach to personal and spiritual growth.
Absolutely. It's not just focusing on one specific technique or belief system.
It's about integrating all the different aspects of ourselves.
Blavatsky emphasizes the importance of integrating our intellectual, emotional, and spiritual selves
Okay.
to achieve true balance and wholeness.
Wholeness, I like that.
It's a journey of self-discovery and transformation.
It sounds like a lifelong journey.
It is. It involves exploring different paths and finding what resonates most deeply with your individual nature.
That's a message I can definitely get behind: self-exploration, integration, finding your own unique path.
It's a personal journey,
It's like the Secret Doctrine is a map of the territory,
a guide.
but ultimately it's up to each of us to choose our own adventure
Exactly.
and create our own meaning within the vastness of the cosmos.
It's an invitation to explore, to discover, to create.
I love that way of putting it. The Secret Doctrine is not a dogma to be blindly followed,
No, not at all.
but a framework for
a
understanding,
starting point.
a springboard for exploration, and an invitation to embark on a lifelong journey of discovery and self-realization.
It's a journey worth taking.
Well, it seems like we've only just scratched the surface of the Secret Doctrine.
There's so much more to explore.
Join us for Part 3, where we'll continue to explore its intricate layers and uncover the hidden wisdom encoded within its pages.
I can't wait to dive that in. As we journey further into the Secret Doctrine, there's this one idea that really stands out, especially today.
What's that?
The concept of cycles.
Cycles, okay.
Blavatsky presents this cyclical view of history,
Yeah, like history repeating itself.
suggesting that civilizations rise and fall,
Right.
ideas come and go.
Yeah.
Even humanity as a whole
Okay.
goes through these periods of progress and decline.
It's like that saying, history repeats itself. But the Secret Doctrine takes it a step further, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It suggests that these cycles aren't just random events.
No.
They're part of a bigger cosmic pattern.
Exactly. Blavatsky argues that these cycles are driven by karmic forces,
Karmic forces?
essentially the consequences of past actions,
Okay.
shaping the present and influencing the future
So our actions have long-term consequences?
on a cosmic scale.
Wow.
And she suggests that understanding these cycles can give us some insight into the challenges we're facing today,
Oh, interesting.
and maybe even help us make choices that lead to a brighter future.
So it's not just about sitting back and watching these cycles play out.
No, we're not passive observers.
It's about actively engaging with them
Right.
and trying to steer them in a positive direction.
Exactly. We have a role to play.
But how do we do that? I mean, how can we possibly influence something as massive and complex as a historical cycle?
Well, the Secret Doctrine suggests it all starts with individual transformation.
Okay, so we're with ourselves.
Blavatsky places a lot of emphasis on self-awareness, ethical conduct,
Right.
the pursuit of spiritual wisdom
Okay.
as ways to break free from negative karmic patterns
But we can change our own karma.
and contribute to the upliftment of humanity as a whole.
So you're saying that by working on ourselves,
Yeah.
we're also working on the world around us.
Exactly. It's all connected.
It's like that famous Gandhi quote, be the change you want to see in the world.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Blavatsky truly believed that individual transformation is the key to collective evolution.
So as we evolve, the world evolves.
As more and more people awaken to their true nature and start living in alignment with spiritual principles.
Okay.
Well, she believed that the ripple effect of their actions would create a more harmonious and enlightened world.
That's a message of hope, especially when the world often feels so overwhelmed by conflict and negativity.
It's a powerful message.
It's like the Secret Doctrine is offering a path not just to understanding these cycles,
Yeah.
but to actively participating in their evolution towards a more positive outcome.
We're not just along for the ride.
We can make a difference.
It's about recognizing our interconnectedness,
Right.
taking responsibility for our actions, and striving to embody the highest ideals of compassion, wisdom, and love.
Speaking of love, one of the things that really struck me about the Secret Doctrine is its emphasis on universal brotherhood.
Ah, yes, the brotherhood of humanity.
Blavatsky argues that beyond all our external differences,
Right.
race, religion, culture,
All the things that divide us.
we're all fundamentally connected as sparks of the divine.
Yes, that's a core principle in the Secret Doctrine.
We're all one.
Blavatsky believed that recognizing this fundamental unity is essential for overcoming division and conflict,
Okay.
and creating a world based on harmony and cooperation.
That's a powerful message, especially in a world that often feels increasingly polarized and divided.
I agree, it's more important now than ever.
But let's be real, putting that into practice is a tall order.
It's a challenge, for sure.
How do we bridge those divides and cultivate a sense of genuine brotherhood
Right.
in a world where differences so often lead to conflict and misunderstanding?
Well, Blavatsky suggests that it starts with cultivating compassion and empathy.
Compassion and empathy, okay.
It's about moving beyond seeing others as separate from ourselves
Right.
and recognizing that shared humanity that unites us all.
We're all human,
She encourages us to see the divine spark in every being,
the divine spark.
regardless of their outward appearance or beliefs.
So it's about looking past the surface and recognizing the deeper essence that connects us all.
Exactly.
It's about shifting our perspective from us versus them to we are all one.
It's a shift in consciousness.
Yeah, a big shift.
The Secret Doctrine challenges us to expand our circle of compassion, to include all beings,
Okay,
to practice tolerance and understanding,
right.
and to work towards a world where unity and harmony prevail over division and conflict.
That's a beautiful vision.
It is.
And one that feels incredibly relevant to the challenges we face in the world today.
More relevant than ever.
It's like the Secret Doctrine offers a blueprint for a more just compassionate and sustainable world.
A world where we recognize our interconnectedness
Yeah,
and work together for the common good.
I think that beautifully sums up the essence of the Secret Doctrine.
It does. It's a call to action.
It's not just a theoretical framework, but a call to action.
An invitation to embody these principles in our daily lives
Right.
and contribute to the evolution of consciousness on both a personal and a collective level.
Well, I think it's safe to say we've only just dipped our toes into the vast ocean of knowledge within the Secret Doctrine.
Oh, we've barely scratched the surface.
This deep dive has given us a glimpse into some of its key concepts.
Yeah, from the cyclical nature of time and the hierarchy of beings
Right.
to the importance of symbolism and the interconnectedness of everything.
It's been an incredible journey so far.
It has.
As we wrap up this exploration, I encourage you to approach the Secret Doctrine with an open mind and a spirit of inquiry.
It's a challenging work,
It is.
but one that offers profound insights
Absolutely.
and a transformative perspective on the nature of reality and our place in it.
Remember, it's not about blindly accepting everything Blavatsky says, but engaging with these ideas. exploring different perspective,
Finding your own truth.
and ultimately finding your own truth within this grand cosmic symphony. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for the next episode on While We Were Distracted.